Hello, dear friends. Welcome to our fresh trails. Have you ever had that feeling of not knowing where your time went?
Like arriving at your destination after your daily commute with no memory of the journey because your mind was busy solving a future problem? Where was you while your body was on autopilot? Today, we are going to investigate the state of presence. Put your feet on the ground, open your heart, and come with us.
Part 1. Waking up from autopilot. It's kind of wild how often our bodies are physically somewhere, but the pilot, totally missing in action. To take back the steering wheel, we're going to rely on 5 essential foundations. We have paying attention, the present moment, turning off the reactive mind, non-judgment, and an open heart. Let's walk through these gears one by one.
Foundation 1. Paying attention.
So paying attention really just means focusing your absolute entire consciousness on a single action at a time. Imagine you're washing a massive mountain of dishes after a grand all-day family fiesta. Usually, your mind is a million miles away, right? Maybe stressing out about work tomorrow. But what if you bring your mind exactly to where your hands are? Focus entirely on the experience, like really feel the temperature of the water. Notice the texture of the soap. And when a random thought pops up, just gently bring your focus back. You'll find that the noise of those racing thoughts will actually start to fade into these really beautiful spaces of silence.
Moving on to Foundation 2. The present moment.
Here, we learn to anchor ourselves completely in our current physical reality, and we simply ignore that heavy luggage of past regrets or future worries. The absolute crucial point here is asking yourself, what time am I in right now? Picture this. You're stuck in a seemingly endless, gridlocked commute on a packed public jeepney. You can totally choose to stress out and agonize over your destination. Or you can ask, what time am I in? And realize you're simply here. You can choose to feel the seat, notice the air, and just observe. Your power literally only exists in the present.
And this perfectly illustrates the mindset we really want to cultivate. Later is later. Today, everything is fine. When you actively choose to ignore those projected anxieties, about upcoming deadlines, bills, or what someone might say to you next week, you allow yourself to stay beautifully balanced right here in the present. You realize that in this exact second, you're breathing, you're alive, and actually, everything is okay.
All right, Foundation 3. Turning off the reactive mind.
Now, this one is a massive game changer. Most of us live our lives reacting to every single passing thought as if it were a direct, imminent threat. Having a reactive mind is kind of like standing outside trying to stop a sudden, heavy, tropical monsoon with your bare hands. It is totally exhausting. The observer mind, on the other hand, is like watching that exact same storm safely from a cozy internal window. You can't stop sudden weather, just like you can't stop sudden stressful thoughts from popping up. But you absolutely can choose to just watch them roll in and pass by, without letting them soak you to the bone.
Next up is Foundation 4, non-judgment.
We all have this deep-seated habit of acting like judges, constantly labeling people, situations, and even our own thoughts as strictly good or bad. But I want you to think of a mirror. A mirror doesn't judge what stands in front of it. It never says, oh, that's an ugly table, or that's a bad memory. It merely reflects the reality. When we judge, we trap ourselves in harsh criticisms. But when we mirror, we encourage true self-examination without that painful sting. We just observe the reflection for what it is.
And doing this brings us an incredible sense of freedom. Eliminate the what-ifs. Think about it. When you taste an unfamiliar food or meet someone from a totally different background, judging them beforehand just robs you of life's richness. If we can just drop the labels, we start to realize that nothing is inherently a disaster or a triumph. Everything is simply an experience meant to expand our awareness.
Which brings us to Foundation 5, living with an open heart.
This foundation is all about approaching life not with heavy resistance, but with genuine willingness. Think about all those daily duties we perform for our families, cooking the meals, cleaning up, working those long hours. Very often we do these out of a sense of crushing obligation. But what if we shifted that perspective? What if we performed these everyday acts with an open, willing heart? When we view our daily tasks as an experiment in love rather than a heavy burden, the entire frequency of our day changes. We stop resisting and we start embracing.
Section 5. Your sovereign identity.
So where does this entire roadmap actually lead us? Well, when we consistently practice these 5 foundations, we build what's called a sovereign identity. Sovereignty is basically the state of having ultimate authority over your own mind and emotions. It means you've successfully taken the steering wheel back. You firmly refuse to let the chaotic outside world, the bad news, the crazy traffic, the difficult people, dictate your internal peace. You literally become the ruler of your own internal domain.
But to actually achieve this, you need coherence.
True change requires absolute alignment between what you think, what you feel, and what you physically do in the world. You can't think about peace, feel completely stressed out, act aggressively, and then expect your life to magically change. It's this profound alignment of the mind, the heart, and the body that actually materializes your sovereign identity in the real world.
And please remember this. You do not need to turn your life upside down overnight. No major exhausting revolutions are needed here. What you really need is rhythm and consistency in small, everyday actions. Every single minute you spend fully present in your body rather than lost in your thoughts is a brick in the construction of your new identity. So don't be in a hurry. Decide today that you will no longer accept living on autopilot and start inhabiting the only time where you truly have power, the present.
And what about you? What will be the micro-action you choose today to start building your new sovereign identity? If you could dedicate just 1 minute to being fully present in a simple daily task, which one would you start with right now? Describe your current thoughts in the comments and share the video with those who might need it. Gratitude for the company so far. Take care, and until next time.